Hi lovelies, today I'm going to be showing you how to create this makeup look. Obviously I've actually previously done an Elsa look, but it actually turns out that the eyeshadows I was using then aren't actually vegan. They're cruelty free, but they're not vegan, so I needed to redo this to make sure you've got all the up-to-date stuff. And of course I have based this makeup look on what is happening in 2019 with Frozen 2. So do stick around if you want to see how to complete this entire makeup look. And what I've done is all of the eyeshadows are actually from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Jawbreaker palette. If you followed me at all, you know how much I love this palette, and I just want to go to prove to you, you don't actually need to buy into all of the gimmicks that are coming out. You can create multiple makeup looks using just a few different products, and you don't need to buy every single fast thing that is coming out. So do stick around if you want to see how to complete this look. Everything I've used is vegan, cruelty free, and not owned by parent companies that test on animals as well, because obviously if you are into Disney and you want to be like a Disney princess, you wouldn't go hurting animals when they don't need to be hurt now, would you? So if you want to learn how to do this complete Elsa makeup tutorial, please do stick around. So step 1 is obviously complete your base, and for me I like to use the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and this is in the shade Natural. Now you can of course go a bit lighter with this one, so you can get super pale to match Elsa's very incredibly cold winter skin tone that she has. Then I just set it using my Cover FX matte setting powder in the shade Light, so now we have a nice flawless base, and of course under eye concealer, and make sure that you've got your eyes set as well. And for this I actually just use the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the lighter shade I've got to make sure we've got as pale a triangle as we can, and I actually just dab that over my lids as well. If you've seen any of my other videos you'll see how I do this, and it's very simple. And now we just need to work on our brows to get that perfect high arch. Now I've got a separate video on how I actually do my brows, and it's just going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and this is in the shade Blonde. And I'm just going to be using their number 12 brush and just going over and making sure that we've got a nice high arch. Luckily my eyebrows are already fairly arched. They are a bit uneven, so this one tends to actually lie more flat. As you can see, when I'm straight on, my face is not perfectly symmetrical, but that kind of works for the sarcastic looks that she always has. So I'll just do that, and then I'll be right back to show you how to do the eyeshadow. Okay, so now you can see the eyebrows are done. Now of course, as you'll see in any reference picture that you'll see of Elsa, she has very dark eyebrows and very light white blonde hair. My hair is a little bit darker than that because it is still blonde, but it's not quite to the degree of ice. So I'm actually taking today the Jawbreaker palette. I kind of wanted to show you guys you don't need to go buying new palettes all the time to create these beautiful looks. So as you can see, we've got every single colour we could possibly need in here. Now I freshly cleaned these brushes last night just for you guys. All of the brushes I'm using are from MOTD Cosmetics, and all of them are vegan, they're all cruelty free and amazing brushes. This is not sponsored, I just always like to mention that these are the brushes that I use. I've been using them for over 2 years now, and they're serving me incredibly well. So starting off, we're going to go in with this shade here. This is called Raspberry, and we're using this on our blending bestie brush. And we're just going to go up into the crease up here, because this is going to be our transition shade. This is a very bold pink. As you can see, you really do not need much of it. And as you apply this up into the crease, make sure you use small circular brush motions. This way you'll actually get a much more even effect with your eyeshadow, and it won't look really patchy. It will look like it's done by a professional, even though you've obviously just done this yourself at home. One thing I really like about these eyeshadows is the fact that they are so pigmented, you barely have to touch the pan to be able to get a lot of colour payoff. I'm going to now take the Miss Shady Lady brush, and we're taking this gorgeous shade down here. So this one is called Delicious. Just a little bit on the edge of your brush, and we're going to go with this into the crease, but then also darkening up the outer V area. So just tapping this on, because this is a dark colour. Now you'll see I've already baked under my eyes with some loose powder, and it's very important that you do that anytime you use dark colours, because then that way you'll be able to catch anything that falls out and sweep it away rather than ruining your base. There are people that really like to do their eyeshadow first before their face, but that's not really how I can function. Basically, you do what feels best for you. Now again with this, in this outer V, so you'll see that we've created this V-like shape that kind of creates an almond shape up here. And now all we're going to do is small circular motions using this brush, make sure that those colours are blended well together and really trying to concentrate this colour into the outer V area. But we're still bringing it into that crease bit a little bit as well. So now you can see how much depth has been added to our eye just by doing this part. Let's do the same on the other side. Remember to not pick up too much pigment with this brush because we know that these colours are very pigmented. One thing else to notice is that I am bringing this colour in a little bit along this lower lash line to create a very nice angular shape, because one thing that Elsa has with her eye shape is much more upswept eyes, and so by creating this upward angle here, we're helping to create that gorgeous almond shape, even though her eyes are like literally about this size on your face. It's just trying to mimic that eye shape as much as possible because her eyes are very large and very expressive. So now we're taking the eye-catching crease brush, and what I want to do, so there are two different ways of doing Elsa's makeup basically, because it depends on what reference you want to use, but we're going to absolutely be using this beautiful shade here which is called Snack. So you can go in with a more blue tone and use Brain Freeze and mix that with this, or you can take Gumdrop and use that. So Gumdrop is this beautiful purple right here, and so when you mix them together with Snack, you create a beautiful shimmery, it's kind of like a frosty version of whichever colour you mix it with. That's why I love this palette so much. Now I know that, for example, with the new Colourpop one that's come out, which is not vegan, they've done a blue base. So today we're going to be doing blue, but alternatively the way it would traditionally be done is with Gumdrop and then mixing that together, and again that is gorgeous and stunning and beautiful. But first off, I take some Brain Freeze right here, and you see how much powder is on here. Then we're going to go in with Snack, and now you'll see what that's been transformed to. Just tap off any excess, and then we're putting this straight onto that lid. Now we don't even need to do a cut crease for this, because this shadow is so pigmented. You just go over the majority of the lid, you're lightly packing it on and then sweeping that colour over. Just making sure you go up above the crease line, so then when your eyes are open you'll still be able to see it a lot more clearly. And there you go, it's that simple. It's a really, really easy look to do. Now of course for under our eyes we need to wipe away any bakings, otherwise you won't be able to apply your eyeshadow clearly. So for this I just take a big fluffy brush, sweep any powder away, which will also take away any fallout if you've applied enough powder underneath your eyes too. Then we're going to go back in with that blending bestie brush that we used to start off with and take some of Raspberry once again. We're taking this underneath that lash line at the bottom here. We're just joining that up. We're not going all the way to the inner part of the eye though. And you just want that to be a nice soft finish down here, because obviously Elsa's eyes are incredibly large. It's quite important to make sure you actually do go underneath your lash line as well. Now we're taking that Miss Shady Lady brush once again, and we're going in with Delicious, and we're going to be doing this just on this outer part here to really focus on bringing the angle up. That's as far as we'll go, so it's around about 1/3 of the way in. Now we're taking Snack once again. Don't get the area that you put blue on. And we're going to be taking our Pencil Me In brush from MOTD Cosmetics. And we're using this as our highlight. Then you just go into the inner part of your eye and you concentrate this just on that tear duct area and then underneath the brow bone. Just at that section there, and now you have this gorgeous illuminizing look. Now that part of the eyes are done, all we need to do is put on our eyeliner and lashes and contour our cheeks, do our blush, some highlight and our lips. It's very easy really. One more thing to do is to make your eyes look more open. You want to have a nice nude liner in that waterline. So this is the Pacifica pencil here. Now I always forget the name of it, but I'll have it listed down below exactly what this is. But it's just a nude liner. You can use any one that you like. I just really like this one because it's not irritating and it doesn't look too white. So run that right along the waterline just in here. Then you take any liquid liner that you want. I'm just using this one up. This is the Dagon one from Kat Von D. I don't purchase from her anymore, but just use any liner that you so wish. I'm still finding replacement liners, and the other ones that I was trying out have now run out, and I'm trying to save my shopping until Black Friday. So with this, all you're needing to do is making sure that you're following your lower lash line and the angle that that comes up on. So you see with me, that comes up like this. So we're just making sure that with whatever brush strokes we do, she doesn't have the biggest wing, so don't go too high. But those brush strokes are actually matching what your lower lash line does as well. So then you see you've got a nice little wing just here, and I'm going to do the same on the other side and put some mascara on, and I'll be just back. And there you can see what it looks like when you've got mascara and eyeliner on. And of course you can do false lashes with this. I'm going into work, so I don't really want to do lashes today. And then what I'm going to do now is taking my little contour palette here. So this is from Nabla Cosmetics. I've been using this for a year nearly now. Still going very strong, as you can tell. And I'm taking my Supermodel Sculpt brush and I'm just going to be applying this. And I realized I didn't bring a mirror over with me. Whoops. And you're just doing this from the ear down, because obviously Elsa has quite a wide face, and making sure to contour our forehead as well. Just trying to make it as small as possible, because she does not have a big forehead like me. This is in the shade Gotham and Cameo, in case anyone is interested. So now we're taking an e.l.f. blush, and this is in the shade Shy, which is fairly fitting for Elsa, really. And I'm taking my Get Cheeky With It brush from MOTD Cosmetics, and we're just putting this up across the apples of the cheeks. It's a very cool tone pink, which really does match her skin tone, because she is, like I said, she is on winter. But because she's also got very icy colours, it means that she can really pull off those very cool shades that she always does. But she also looks amazing in burgundy. But burgundy is a colour that works for pretty much everyone. Everyone's got a particular shade of burgundy. You'll notice when you're actually watching the movie or obsessing over all of the clips like I do, the burgundy dress, like, it's a very cool shade burgundy, so it's got lots of blue undertones to it, so that's how she can pull it off. But you can get red based ones. I can go on a long tangent about colours. So this is where we get very frosty. This is Makeup Geek's highlighter, and this is in the shade Luster. Now you can just do this one by itself, and this is with the Mr. Handyman brush. And we're just going to be applying this up, above, and across our cheekbone, and sweeping this up in an upwards angle. So we have this gorgeous frostiness going on. Because even though she's not really wearing this in the movie, we know that in real life Elsa would be glowing. Then we're taking Colourpop, and this is the Super Shock Cheek in the shade Over the Moon, which is something I love. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I love this one so very much. It's quite well used. So just going in again with that. Now what I find works best with a formula like this, because it is a gel and it's transformative, you need to kind of have a base to put it on, otherwise it can pull away at your foundation. So by actually having a powder base, like with having this highlight underneath, you can put this on top and it's not going to pull anything away. Just again, small circular motions with that. So that's the majority of our face completely done. I'll come back and show you what we do with the lips. Guess what idiot forgot to hit the record button? This one! Yeah, look at you trying to prepare for a thumbnail. Anyway, what is on my lips is the Colourpop Lippie Stix in the shade Songbird. It's a beautiful, rich, deep pink. It goes on super smooth. I just love this formula. It feels lovely on the skin and it doesn't irritate anything, which is just fabulous. So this one is what I highly recommend. You can use a darker lip liner underneath if you want to get a more rich look, but I think that this look is very complete as is. Basically, I want to show you that you can let it go about having to worry about buying every single thing that keeps coming out, all of these fast items that keep coming out, because it's just not necessary, really. We can just use particular things that we already have. If you already like wearing colourful makeup, I do recommend getting this one. I'm going to be doing my Christmas wish list as well for anyone that is a makeup lover and also into vegan and cruelty free things as well, and I can already give you a spoiler alert, this is going to be one of them because it's well worth it. It's amazing. And of course I forgot to actually record an outro, so thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed it and subscribe so I'm coming up with new videos all the time. See you lovelies again very soon. Bye!